Alex, a beginner duck raiser, was so nervous. Today was the day he would introduce his 3 fluffy ducklings, Daisy, Daffy, and Ducky, to the water for the very first time. He'd been dreading this moment since he first brought the little ducklings home a week ago. All that peeping and the never-ending quest for food was cute at first, but man, they were a handful. Not to mention the mess they made. Their tiny duck feet had smeared poop on the walls, and getting them to stop quacking long enough to sleep was nearly impossible. But Alex knew that ducks need water. It's in their nature. So he filled a large, warm, shallow basin and added a few floating duck toys to entice them. Then he started to coax the ducklings toward the water, one by one. First there was Daisy, the boldest of the bunch. She took one look at the water, then took a little step forward and disappeared under the water. Alex gasped. Was she drowning? Then he heard her little chirps and realized she was fine. She was swimming around happily, paddling with her little feet and chasing the floating ducks. Next came Daffy. She wasn't too keen on the idea of swimming at first, but after Alex gently nudged her toward the water, she jumped in with a mighty splash and joined her sister. Then it was Ducky's turn. He took one look at the water and let out a terrified quack. He tried to run away, but Alex scooped him up and wrapped him in a towel. "It's okay, little guy," he whispered. "I'm just gonna give you a little bath." Ducky struggled at first, but after a few wobbly steps into the water, he started to relax. Then, with a big splash, he joined the other ducklings. Alex watched with a big smile as they splashed and played, their little bodies mirroring each other as they paddled around the basin. He felt a surge of accomplishment. Despite all the work and the mess, moments like this were why he decided to raise ducks. As the sun set, it was time to get the ducklings ready for bed. They were tired from their first swimming lesson and soon drifted off to sleep, their little bodies snuggled together. That night, as Alex got the ducklings ready for bed, he couldn't help but chuckle. He'd been worried about this day for weeks, but it wasn't as bad as he'd imagined. In fact, it was one of the most rewarding days he'd spent with his ducks so far. Sure, there was the occasional mess and the constant noise, but watching them swim had made it all worthwhile. And as he tucked them in for bed, he knew that tomorrow would bring a new set of challenges and rewards. But he wouldn't trade it for the world.